Welcome, managers. Today I would like to tell you how to install the Clutch Baseball plugin for LackeyCCG onto your computer. That way you can play Clutch Baseball free online with anyone in the world. So first things first, the links for all of the downloads are going to be posted on Reddit and on Slack as well. Feel free to use either. I'll keep both updated over the days. So first things first, you're going to want to go to LackeyCCG.com/downloads. Link is in, again, Reddit and Slack. And pick the version of Lackey that you want, depending on Windows, Mac, or the iPad version. I can't guarantee the iPad version works. I've never tested it. It could be messy without a proper file system. But for the time being, we can assume the iPad one works. So you download the version corresponding to your computer, which in my case Windows. I already have it installed, so I'm going to show you the program files folder, which I have on my desktop. So LCCG, LackeyCCG, and in here is the program files. So you have the LackeyCCG.exe file, which will launch it, and I have that pinned to my taskbar here. And then in this folder is plugins, and that's where the plugins for the games you install will go, and in this case for Clutch Baseball. So here's a list of the 5 plugins that come in with the basic program, as well as the Clutch Baseball program that I already have installed on my computer. So how do I get Clutch Baseball installed on here? We're going to go again to Reddit or Slack and download the plugin zip file. This goes to a Google Drive link where you'll find the latest version of the Clutch Baseball plugin. You're going to want to download that, ignore all of my accounts, and then just drag and drop it to your desktop, because that'll make it easier, which I already have one there, but so then you're going to want to extract this folder again to your plugins folder. So I extracted that and drag and drop to the desktop. Where'd it go? Here. Drag and drop to LCCG. Drag and drop to there. I realize there's faster ways I could have done this in hindsight, but then we just drag and drop that into the plugins folder. So now you can see the Clutch version 0.3 is in the plugins folder. You're going to want to rename this Clutch Baseball with a space, a capital C, capital B. I can't tell you how important it is to rename this file, and make sure you rename it properly so that it looks exactly as it does here. Otherwise, you will not be able to connect to other people's games. We ran into that issue during some beta testing. You have to have it exactly like that. I don't know why. But I already have it there, so I'm just going to delete that one and show you around this plugin here. Okay, so this is what the inside of the plugin folder will look like. You'll have your plugin info, which is the basic code that just tells Lackey where the various game zones are. There will be the update list, which will help with like updating files. This isn't quite perfect yet. There's the cardback.jpg file for the back of your cards. You can replace that with a new file if you want, but obviously you'll probably just want to use the one that comes with the base game. In the sets folder, you'll find the card data, which contains over 1,000 cards. Right now, there's no 17 or 18 players right now in the game, except for a few promotional cards and limited edition cards. I do plan to add those cards into the game, but they're not in right now. It just takes some time to get the spreadsheet together. And then your set images folder is where your images will be downloaded. For me, this is full, but for you, it should be blank when you install the plugin. But eventually, you'll see all of your different sets there. So now that you have your plugin inside of your LackeyCCG plugins folder, it should say Clutch Baseball, and it should have basically the same files as I do. Obviously, you'll be missing the decks stuff because you haven't built any decks yet. You're going to want to launch LackeyCCG and try to get this thing up and running. So I have it pinned to my tab, and yes, it talks to you. That's just a thing. It has a nice little tutorial if you want. It's not really a big deal. Don't use their internal plugin installer wizard. It can be kind of a mess right now. Okay, so I have a play mat done. In a separate video, I'll show you how to customize your game. This video is all just about like making it playable for the time being. Um, so first things first, a lot of you when you open your game, it will look like this. You click this little bar here and drag that to size it appropriately. Um, you can click this little bar to drag and size that appropriately as well. And as you can see, you have your hand, your deck, your discard, your bench, your bullpen, and your stadium card. There's a button to roll a regular die, and then hard-coded into the game, Control P will roll a power die. However, you can't have a button for rolling a power die because, I don't know, there's really no good reason. Um, but when you guys open Lackey, chances are it'll have defaulted to like LOL Cats or one of the various um, default plugins. So you're going to, when you open up your screen that looks like this, you're going to want to click Plugin. You're going to click Browse Installed Plugins, load one, click Clutch Baseball, and click Choose. And yeah, see, it opens big a lot of times. So you just drag that to the side and get it smaller. In the deck editor, you can do the same. So yeah, that's going to be the end of this first tutorial video on how to get Clutch for LackeyCCG up and running. The second tutorial video will cover all the little preferences you can do to customize it and make it a more enjoyable experience. And the third video will be talking about how this is going to impact tournament play and online play in general. And then later there will be a fourth video on how to install updates. Alright, that's all for now. See ya.